Hi guys, I'm Jesse at Strobepro.com, and today I'm going to be showing you some maintenance tips for your Strobepro light stands. Now, we're in Canada here, we get massive temperature fluctuations, but not only that, we've got customers that use these stands around the world. Sometimes they're in the middle of a beach, they get sand in them, they're in the ocean, they get salt water in them, and in general, it's just a good idea every year to put a bit of maintenance into your stand so that it's operating at its peak performance. These tips aren't just useful for regular maintenance. You could have a stuck air cushion as well. That just means if your stand won't compress all the way down to its smallest form, or you can't pull a section out, you've probably got a stuck air cushion. It's an easy fix. We do see that more in the winter, just going from extreme temperature conditions. Here in Calgary last week, we had minus 40 degrees Celsius, and then now on the next Monday, it's all the way back up to plus 5. So that kind of temperature is more difficult on your stands, especially because some of our customers keep their equipment outside in their cars. Going from that cold temperature to a warm indoor climate just puts a little more stress on there. We can build up condensation and the metal can expand and contract. So I'm going to show you how to maintain your stand, but if you have a stuck air cushion, I'll show you how to take care of that as well. Before we get started, there's a couple of items that we want to make sure we have ready. Most of our Strobepro stands are either going to use a 3mm or a 4mm Allen key. You probably have these at home. You can purchase them really cheap at any hardware store. And those are the only tools we're going to need to take the stand apart. Inside of the stand, you're going to have your air cushion dampeners here. Now, you might be able to save the ones that are in there. They could just be stuck or need like lubrication. So until you open it, you don't want to order these in case you don't need them. Another thing that we want to have handy is some silicone spray. We use this one here. It's called Jiggly. You can get it at Walmart or Home Depot, wherever you want. And then the last thing is just having some paper towels or a damp rag, just in case you get oil or fingerprints on your stand, so you can easily clean that up. You're likely going to find that your stand has one of these two different types of column locks on it. So our 7, 9, and 10-foot regular air stands, like this one here, are going to have this type of lock. It's our C lock. If you go to our 10-foot auto air or our 13 or 16-foot boom, it is going to have our Z lock on here. And both are just undone a little bit differently here. So I'm going to show you how to do both right now. So we're going to start with our C lock here. This is on a 9-foot stand, and I'm going to be using a 3mm Allen key here. So let's assume that you have a stuck air cushion. Let's assume that this one isn't stuck, but let's assume that somehow we've jammed this one up here and we can't pull that section out. So what we're going to do is take our Allen key, we're going to go to the bolt side here, and you'll have a Allen key on one side, and then we're going to have the bolt on the other. So it's really quite simple. Make sure that's in securely, and we're going to loosen that off. You don't have to take it right out, but you can if you want. Next, we're going to make sure that this thumb screw is loosened. And now we're going to see that this lock is sliding around. What I'm going to do then is just slide the lock onto the other section, and I'm going to pull this out. Now, you may have really jammed that air cushion in there, so this may not be easy to pull out. But all we're going to be doing is somehow or another, you need to separate these two. If it's really stuck and you can't get it out, you can take a shot of the silicone. Make sure you've got the extension end on it that comes with the bottle, and you could send a shot of silicone down here just to try to loosen that off a little bit. But anyways, we're going to pull that section straight out. When it gets to the end, you're going to feel a little bit of resistance, and then we're going to see the end pop out. Now, this is our air cushion dampener, which is inside there, and it looks a little bit different. And you want to be careful because there is a grease on there. You can see it, got it on my finger there. That's why we have the napkins. This piece is going to be inside, and if yours is damaged, this might look mangled. It might be wrapped up, or it might have flipped inside out or folded over, and that's what's jamming it inside. So I'm going to pop this out and show you how to take care of this. Okay, so if we need to replace this air cushion, what we're gonna do is pry this out. So you can try it with your finger. It is in there pretty tight. Another way to do that, you can get the end of the Allen key in there, and you're just gonna kind of work this around, and it's gonna start to loosen. Once it loosens, you can get kind of part of it out and just pull it the rest of the way. Go to the other side, get that out. And then eventually it's just gonna pop out. So you can see that this whole top part is actually the dampener, which is holding inside the stand here. And it's just this section which prevents the air from escaping. Okay, so we've removed the air dampener. Now what we wanna do is make sure that this actual stand column is clean. So take your paper towel and we're gonna wipe this down. Now, when these come in for maintenance, we often see we'll have sand that gets in there. Occasionally you have corrosion because people, stick them in lakes and do all kinds of crazy stuff with the stands. If they are really corroded or that, we might need to do a little bit more on the rust removal, but usually they're pretty okay because they are powder coated. So just wipe that down, make sure the end is clean. And if we take a look at our dampener that we removed, we could see that this one, it's not nicked, it's not really damaged at all, so we could continue to use that. Again, we're just going to clean that off, make sure it's wiped down, there's no grit and grime stuck in there. And I can see that that one is in good condition, so we can reuse that. So now the difficult part is putting this back in the end of the stand, and you can see on the stand here, it is flanged. It is smaller than this opening, so we're gonna have to force it in there a little bit, but it's not too bad. So what we're going to do, I find the easiest is to kind of pinch this on the end here, and we're gonna try to go around and just get it started. See, I've kind of folded it in half there. That's okay, we're just trying to get it inside. Once you get one end in, we're gonna kind of go up to that lip, that marker there. We still have this side folded. That is not good. If we put that back in, it will not operate correctly. What I'm doing now is just grabbing with my finger and just making sure that that is seated around the end of the column perfectly. So that looks really good. Wipe it down once more, and that's ready to install back into the main column. So I've got the main column again here. We want to make sure that this is cleaned off, and we'll see the biggest grime and stuff that gets in probably the first couple inches here. So it's good if you can reach down there. If you've got an old toothbrush or something, it's not a bad idea. Just stick it in there and then you can kind of clean that off, make sure there's no grime in there. But once you've done that, we're ready to put the two sections back together again. And that is an easy thing to do. But before we do that, we're going to take our Jigaloo, and normally these come with, there's like a straw that sticks on the end. So just to control the spray, I'm not gonna spray this in here right now, but you would just give it a quick shot inside of there, like a 1 second shot. You don't need a lot of it. You don't want this to be dripping all over the place. It's just an added lubrication, so it'll help it slide even better. So what we're gonna do now is be careful that we do not just go here and ram this in. We don't wanna cut the dampener or anything. We're just gonna push this in so it slides in there, and you'll know you have a good seal because there's gonna be a bit of resistance to go in there. And slowly we're just going to push that in there. It's gonna squeak a little bit as the air goes out of the stand. So now we're gonna take the C-clamp and just slide it back over to the main base column here, and you're gonna feel it stop. There's a stopper in there. You wanna make sure that it's tight against there. We don't want it sliding up by accident because this is what's providing all the stopping power on our light stand. So once that's on there, what we can do is line this up. I like to kind of line it up to the triangle on here just to make it look a little better. And then all we're gonna do, take our Allen key, whichever one you're using. This happens to be a 3mm. And we're just gonna snug it up first. You wanna make sure that the bolt is inside the back there. It's providing the tightening power. And then we're just going to snug this up. Now you don't want to over tighten this. We just want it snug. There's no reason to get it to a point where you're crushing the column or something. So once we get on there, that's almost snug. So just like that, we're good. Now we can take our column, make sure it's moving. You'll hear the air coming in and out of the actual stand. And we have a successful fix there. We can tighten that back up and then just go on to the other sections. If there's nothing wrong with it, just pull it out, wipe it down, give it a shot of silicone, and you're going to have this sliding perfectly just like new. Moving on, we're going to our Z-lock system here. So if your stand has these, this is the section you want to watch. And I've got our 4mm Allen key here. And we've got 4 bolts that we need to remove. So this is done quite easily as well. These won't be too tight. You're just going to loosen them off. And there's a nut on the back of these which will fall out, so make sure that you're not going to lose that. So we've got 3 of the bolts that came off the side. We've got 1 more left to pop off here. And by this point, this is basically completely loose. Now we've got those 4 nuts and we're gonna lift off, and be careful, don't lose your bolts there. We can just leave them set inside. And this one looks a little bit different than the last one we did. This is gonna pop out now as well. So if you take that off, it's no big deal. That's our locking screw. This is our 360 column, which is kind of the whole purpose of the Z-lock. It wraps right around and clamps a little bit differently. But this is removed now, so we can actually go and pull the column out. Again, if your air cushion is stuck, you can give it a shot of silicone down there to try to loosen it up. Another good thing to do is have someone hold one end and then the other person slowly twist back and forth to try to remove it if it is stuck. But one way or the other, once you get it loose, it will slide out. And just like the other C-clamp system, we're going to have the same rubber dampener in there. So again, all we're going to do, wipe this down, make sure it's cleaned up. We don't want any residue or anything in there. And we'll grab our paper towel, wipe it down, inspect to make sure that there's no nicks or damage on the actual dampener. If you have a little rubber piece like that, that's not an issue. That's just part of the manufacturing process. We just don't want any cuts in there, or if it's been folded over, you'll be able to tell that it is damaged. So once we've done that, we will also, just like the other one, wipe down the inside here and use that toothbrush if you have extra gunk buildup in there. And once we've done that, we are ready to give it another shot of silicone. So again, just 1 shot right inside there, and that's going to aid in the lubrication. And then we're ready to line this back up. Again, careful not to cut it here, going back in, line it up. You can give it a little twist if you need to. And we don't want to force this back in fast. We're just going slowly. And it's going to go in and add the dampener. You'll get some air sounds and everything going on in there. Once we've done that, we're ready to install the Z-lock again. So we've got 2 sections that we need to piece back together here. We're going to take the bottom plate and just put it under the stand, and you can see that there's a stopper here. Half of this is going to be for this locking column up here, and then the other half will mount onto the stand. So we're just going to set that on there. We're going to slide our lock back, and it's going to drop in. It's machined out for it to fit inside there. Now we need to make sure that we take our locking thumb screw, and this bolt has to be slid out enough that it's going to line up inside here. So you can actually pop it out there, and you're just going to twist that until it sets in. And then we need to have enough space that it's going to set in its groove there. Then we're going to take our top plate and just making sure, yeah, everything's seated properly there. And all we're gonna do, grab our bolts, and these are lock washers, or lock nuts actually. Slide it in there, and you don't need a wrench or anything because of the cutout there. The machine cutout is going to give you the resistance to start tightening that back up. So all we do then is just take our Allen key, get it started. And I always start with the skinny end just to make it a little bit quicker here. And then when you need to do your final tightening, then we'll go through with the short end here and add that. So second one, you don't want to tighten them all up quite yet. We're just taking out the extra slack there first of all. And you don't want any big gap in there. So I'll put the other two on here. And I just keep my finger on the back of that so it doesn't pop out. Okay, so we've taken up the slack. Basically, we want to make sure that this is all the way to the bottom of the column. You're going to hear it stop there, and it needs to stay there. If it's slid up, you're not going to get the stopping power on the stand. So once it's slid up, you can actually hold it just to make sure it is staying against it, and you want to tighten the actual Allen key, not the bolt. And now I'm just tightening that, and we want to go cross pattern here. And just snug, we don't have to over tighten that. And there we go. We can loosen that off, make sure we're sliding properly now. And everything looks good. So there you have it, guys. That is the maintenance and the getting an air cushion unstuck video for your Strobepro stands. Now, I showed you a 9-foot air and a 10-foot auto air. All the other stands are very similar. If you get stuck on anything, give us a call or an email. We're happy to help you through that. We want these stands working great for you for years to come. A couple of the things we do recommend, if you can, store your stands at room temperature. It just provides a little bit better environmental conditions for these stands to be in long-term storage. But if not, we know you guys are outside shooting in all types of conditions. That's what they're there for. So if you follow these maintenance steps, these stands are going to last you for years to come. If you need extra parts, check out the website or give us a call. We have all the different parts that you might need if you've lost anything or you need to replace those dampeners. You can contact us there. And until next time, I'm Jesse at Strobepro.com.